Music City Crits, number 9, second to last race of the season. Can we make it 2 wins in a row? Stick around to find out what happens. It's kind of an odd start to this race. No one really wanted to go. I think it's because the juniors have all catted up and there was nobody crazy enough to just start hammering on the front and attacking right at the gun. So the first 3 laps were really, really chill, and I think no one really knew what to do. And when it gets slow, it gets dangerous. The group bunches up and people start taking weird lines. Which makes me think I'm gonna try to move up a little bit. The right side was the protected side, so moving up was basically free on that side, and I used it multiple times throughout this race. As for the course, this is the U-turn course. There's a couple of U-turns. One of them is very, very tight. The wind was coming from our left, so I tried to stay on the right on both sides, one to be protected and one to get a little bit more of the tailwind, and it seemed to have paid off in the end. This is the first of the 2 U-turns, both right back to back. This is where all the damage is done throughout the race. There's always gaps opening up here, people sprinting to get back on the wheels. This is where basically the race is won or lost in these 2 turns right here. And that's what a lap looks like. I think we ended up doing, I don't even know how many we did. 8, 10, doesn't really matter. You just go until they tell you to stop. And like clockwork, the pace always slows right here. Everyone's a little bit on the limit from the 2 U-turns, sprinting back on the wheels. It slows, and then you just hop in the little draft on the right because the crosswind's coming from the left. Just coast up however many spots you want. Just like these 2 young men did right there. It was pretty mellow for the first half of the race or so. We're gonna jump forward to once the action starts. Jumping forward another kilometer, a couple guys from the team safety herd with their beautiful pink jerseys took the front. We're keeping the pace up a little bit, and another guy decided it wasn't quite fast enough, so he went on the attack, and things are starting to increase a little bit. It's only a 20-minute race, so you got to make your moves and start racing pretty much the whole time. As you can see, that one did not stick either, so we're gonna jump ahead a little bit more and see if one of these does stick, or perhaps maybe it ended in a sprint. I like sprints. And as it always does, the pace slowed after the corner, after the U-turn, and I got caught on the inside this time. I was not paying close enough attention. I got shuffled back, didn't fight for position good enough. And of course, Murphy's Law says, if you do that, they're gonna start firing attacks off the front. The whole thing gets lined out now, and I'm just kind of sitting back like, oh man, I might have missed this train. Before I came around here, I was literally last wheel, and I could see people flying off the front. So I had to burn a couple matches to try to just stay in good enough position that hopefully it would not get too far out of hand. With just over 6 kilometers left to go, you do not want to be this far back coming into the series of U-turns. It's basically a recipe for how to lose this race. As you can see, there's gaps opening all over the place, and I'm just sitting back, watching it, thinking, yeah, this is gonna hurt, trying to get back up on this one. But first, a quick break to remind you, always wave to your loved ones who support you. Now back to the show. I felt pretty good sitting behind the safety herd guys. I think they were riding for a guy also named Patrick, so he's probably awesome. Actually, I know he's awesome just because his name's Patrick and he also has a red mustache. So I sat behind them, thought, okay, they're gonna close these gaps down for us. And then I had a little almost incident. Please don't do this. If you are going 20 miles per hour and the entire pace line behind you is going 30 miles per hour and you pull off the front, it is inadvisable to just swing back into the line without looking for no reason at all. Rant over. The almost collision shuffled me forward somehow in the line of safety herd riders. Beautiful jerseys, by the way. And I have the safety Michael pulling. I have Patrick, I believe, on my wheel. I'm somewhere in between, and I'm just gonna let them do their job and close this gap and hope that I have something left for the final. This was an outstanding pull by safety, kept me in the race, kept their teammate in the race. Thank you very much. All right, free ride over, time to take a pull, elbow flick noticed, and let me close this gap. Right here, there was a little devil on my shoulder that said, you should attack. You could win solo, and you could do the Remco Evenepoel hang up thing at the finish line and get a video and it would be awesome. But I did not take the bait. And I think everyone's pretty smoked from that hard middle-ish portion of the race, so time to start thinking about the final. Pace slowed a little bit. We're gonna jump ahead and watch the last couple laps. Okay, just over 2 laps to go. This was a beer preem lap, and literally no one sprinted. Everyone's like, no, I'm good. There's only 2 laps left. I'm gonna save myself to try to win, and I can buy myself a beer at the end. Half the field is not 21, I don't think. Yeah, so you remember that little devil on the shoulder I was mentioning earlier? 900 watts for about 10 to 15 seconds? Sure, why not when we have 2 laps to go and I have no teammates? Makes total sense. Common sense did in fact prevail. I looked over my shoulder. There was 4 dudes on my wheel. It did not seem like a beneficial thing for me to keep going. I thought, I'm gonna shut this down, recover. Maybe this hurt them a little, and hopefully I can still have something left to attack on the last lap. So luckily this guy was up for it, taking a pull on the front after my attack, and we are now 1.5 laps to go, kind of rolling in, and usually the last lap is chaos because there's plenty of turns before the final sprint, so really, you gotta go early here. Just over a lap to go, and as expected, here comes the first attack. Time to start covering these things and trying to set myself up for the win. This U-turn has claimed many a pedal and scratched a lot of bike frames. Good save, sir, and extra props for continuing the attack, even though you just looked death straight in its eyes. So right here, I'm actually the last rider in this little group that got away. I shuffled myself to the back, thinking, I'm gonna sit back here and wait for the perfect time to strike, and I'm gonna hit him with everything I got. Half a lap to go, now seems like a good time. The goal, get into this corner first, hammer it again, get into the next corner first, and so on and so forth. As you can see by the shadows, there's 3 of us left now, and it's anybody's race. First one into the last corner is gonna win. There's only 50 meters left after you make the turn, so let's go. Everything you got into this last turn. And there you have it. Somehow pulled it off. 2 in a row. Time to cat up, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. So we learned, be patient, send it, know when to shut it down when it doesn't work, and hit them again when you need to. Thanks for watching, and if you wouldn't mind, as always, hit the little subscribe button, maybe the like button. Makes me feel real nice.